Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT. Go on.
Sparrows for today.
Tarot for today.
Tomorrow.
Divine Dabblings with
Blue Jay.
I'm going to knock that out off.
It must be the spirit of Scorpio.
Anyway, TFT, Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
I like being playful. She likes being stodgy.
I'm all business all the time. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. Well,
here we are with our
monthly modality message.
The sun has moved or is moving into
the playful sign of Scorpio.
Yes, playful. Want to see my
Mr.
dungeon?
O's birthday month and our anniversary month, our wedding anniversary.
Want to see my dungeon? It's very playful.
So Scorpio season is upon us. Happy birthday to all the other Scorpios out there.
Who are you? It's my birthday.
We know you're out there.
Okay, you're out there. I know it.
And so we're about to do this reading for the modalities of the Zodiac, Mr. O.
Right, and first on our list, of course, is the cardinal signs.
Which are?
They are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So they're not Scorpio, but
they're okay. Aries.
They're cardinal.
Aries.
Cardinal signs are initiators. They get things started. They're active, quick. They have drive and ambition, vim and vigor. They are not slackers. Enthusiastic, a zest for life, clever, and want to win.
However, bet we do.
They do have some negative traits. They are too domineering and self-centered. They forget about others. As they focus on their... Yes, I did do something.
I bet you did.
As they focus on their stuff, they often don't finish what they start.
Well,
I don't know about this.
I do my best. And you know, if I start something, somebody should want to finish it for me. Right?
They should.
Well, anyway, we Aries are notorious for, I mean, there
cardinal signs. We're talking about cardinal signs.
There are 4 cardinal signs. Aries is just one of them. But as an Aries, I can say that we often start things and leave them unfinished. It is true of us.
But when you look at those other ones, the Cancer.
Cancers?
They're like that too.
Oh, I thought they'd be more wanting to get it done.
Well, they're one of you guys. They're not one of my guys.
Okay.
So,
well, hey, let's see.
We have some cards here to go over for the cardinals as well as the other signs. Yes, the card 1.
So cute.
The primary focus in the month ahead.
Oh, it's the Ace of Wands, but sadly, the Ace of Wands is reversed.
Ouch, bad start off, cardinal signs.
What
Your focus is maybe, trying to figure out why certain projects or situations are being delayed, why you can't seem to get that focus going for that. This could be about some networking stuff too, or friendships in general. There just seems to be some slow starts in the Scorpio season.
Well, I don't like seeing this with the project I'm working on right now. Just speaking for me. So yes, it's basically about, something that's you were hoping would get off the ground, not happening. Not happening, cardinal signs. So you have to figure out what went wrong. It's possible you may have to scrap the whole thing, or you may just really need to slow down and, take a closer look at things. There's definitely going to be delays at excuse me, at the very least. Card 2 is the role your interactions with others could play in the month ahead. Well, maybe that's where some of the problem lies. It's the 10 of Pentacles reversed.
Why is it a problem?
Well, it's reversed.
Oh, you said it was reversed.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And so I feel here that maybe you didn't get the financial backing that you were hoping for. It's possible, too, that people did not buy into what you were trying to do. You know, let's say you were publishing a book and it got rejected for some reason, or, the job offer did not come through with the money that you were expecting.
There might have been some sort of foundation you needed. Maybe it was based on capital, but it could have been based on some other things as well. And it either faltered or never quite came together. Maybe other people around you you felt they were going to be more supportive in all ways.
Yes.
And it just kind of fell through. Not necessarily because they didn't like you or the project, but maybe other lives interfered. You don't know for sure at this point, maybe.
Card 3, the opportunities or challenges you may face in the month ahead, and how best can you achieve or tackle them. Wow, we got Reversapalooza here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the Princess of Wands.
So that's the Page of Wands.
Reversed, yeah. Again, we've got these wands, so it does seem to be business material oriented here.
It's kind of looking like you have to wait for better business weather or climate in a way, that the messages are saying this business situation is probably looking for a better time to deploy maybe, or telling you to hold on to it for another time.
I think the challenges that you face are, related to this false start. Definitely. And, it just seems as though the plans were not constructed well. It's possible you really may have to go back to the drawing board. I hate to say it. But, this is a card of beginnings reversed. And, of course, the Ace of Wands is a card of reversal, is reversed as well. And is a card of, a false start. So I feel here that these two together really do say something about this project or goal. It really needs to be relooked at, revisioned, retooled, I think, in order to get the backing that you truly want for it.
Well, since we are talking about astrologically related topics for the cardinals and all the others modalities, it is possibly good to mention that there still are some retrograde planets and planets that are in serious conflict with others that may be playing into some of this as far as the project starting and being implemented properly. So
we mentioned some of your superpowers, cardinal signs. So how best can you use your superpowers this month in order
Super speed to run away from it all.
Wow, this is so wild. In order to achieve success, you have another ace, and it's your only upright card in this reading. It's the Ace of Swords.
So it looks like you have to really take the matter into hand.
Head. Because this is about, okay, so how can you use your superpowers? You're good at getting things started, but what happens when the start doesn't happen? You got to try to jumpstart it. You got to find a way to make it work. And so I feel here that it's time to start over again, maybe. It's time to start over and really think things out. This is a time when, it seems as though all is not lost here, in that I feel by, through the process of this, your little wheels are going to start spinning in your head, fire signs, and you're going to get some ideas and maybe a breakthrough moment that might be able to get you to restart this on more solid ground so that you're able to drum up the support you need.
Right, I can agree with this, but I do think too that, that Ace of Swords is a card of action too, besides mental action.
Okay.
So it may be meant to say that the opportunities that present itself are just kind of like seize that moment at that time. That action is required. Even if the action maybe is really more of a mental action, it still is something that may come up that really, like Banshee says, will jumpstart, this project.
Yeah, it is something might turn this around, but it isn't going to be easy. It clearly is not as we look at this. I mean, you've got two cards here. I'm just going to recap it that way. Ace of Wands reversed and the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands reversed. And it's saying there's some bad news connected with a project. It may be not so much that the project has failed, but the backing and the financial support, your connection with others that may be involved in this is what's causing the problem. So you have to find a way to, achieve a victory, to achieve a breakthrough, with these people.
And we have to remember that, of course, this doesn't necessarily apply to projects at work or projects in your neighborhood or projects of any kind of particular form. They could just be about the situations that you are trying to get together, whether it's, just having a reunion with certain friends. I could actually see this being part of that.
Well, although I can see that a little bit with the wands, I'm really looking at this as more business-oriented.
Okay.
There's really nothing here to indicate to me that it's personal. But I don't know. I would take what Mr. O says to the bank, too.
It doesn't have to have an emotional resonance to be personal. It could just be other kinds of things. True. You're trying to get a bingo club together,
Yeah, okay, I could see that. Organizing a group. All right. The mechanics of that.
So I think that's what we got for the Cardinals.
Yeah. Interesting reading, Cardinals. Not all that happy.
We will move on to the
fixed signs, which are Taurus, Leo. Shuffle those cards, Mr. O.
I will.
Scorpio and Aquarius. Let me tell you about these fixed signs here.
Oh.
Their positives are they can be steadfast, they can be stable, they can be determined, resolute, self-reliant. They know how to forge ahead and calmly work on their objectives. So long as there's no technical glitches.
Well, as a Scorpio, I say, I hold my anger in reserve for when it is truly needed.
They remember those who have helped them along the way. They're persistent. They have concentration. They're powerful yet purposeful.
I'll never forget what you've done for me.
There is no wasted motions like that one. And
you're right, because I had a hunk of hair. Who knows what I could have done with that?
Are you messing with my hair on screen here?
No, it was already messy to begin with.
It's true. I need a haircut. The negatives, let's talk. Let's talk turkey here.
No, let's not.
They can be stubborn. They can be my way or the highway kind of thinking. There's a tendency to get stuck in those ways, and for some reason, they always believe they're right.
Because we're fixed.
So, let's see what's going on.
So what is the general focus, the atmosphere going to be for this month of Scorpio?
This month of Scorpio for the fixed signs, which are more than Scorpio.
Will the horror of this month ever end?
They are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And of course, when we say month, we mean the month of Scorpio season.
Right, the actual dates of the Scorpio season.
All right. Let me cut them for you.
Oh, why, thank you.
And that first card is the focus, the primary focus for the fixed signs.
Seven of Cups upright. So the primary focus may be really
no focus at all.
Trying to figure out what your focus should be. Trying to figure out what it is you really would like to attain. There may be a number of things that really feel, choiceful to you fixed signs, feelings of things that really feel like they complete you or that they're ambitious or desirable. But what will you choose?
Well, I'm going to focus on not unfocused, you know. How about just taking some time this month to vision the possibilities? You know, to really determine what it is that grabs you right now. What grabs your attention? What grabs your passion? What do you really want to accomplish? But as you do that, look at all the things, all the possibilities here. And, you know, there's no race to the finish line here. Take as much time as you need to sort out what it is you really want to do next.
All right. So card 2 is about your interactions with others. What will they provide?
Hey, it's Cardinal Water. It's the King of Cups. Upright.
The King of Cups upright. How nice for the fixed signs.
For the fixed signs. So the King of Cups upright is indicating that your interactions with others are going to be very smooth, you know, very emotionally sound, stable. It's as if, you know, everybody is into pitching in, you know, and supporting one another's efforts, you know, whatever, you know, in your business or your personal affairs.
Well, your interactions with others will have others mostly seeing you as that benevolent, honest partner that they need to work with, especially at this time, perhaps. And so it may be that others will look to you for good advice or for mentoring or for other things. And of course, this extends across, you know, possible work things, but as well as personal things or other interactions with, you know, people in your religious or neighborhood communities.
Well, you know, I sense this may or may not have to do with this card. If it does relate to this card at all, because this is your interactions with others, it may be finding people who have similar interests to the ones that you want to take on. Maybe you can find a collaborator, or maybe you can find somebody who's willing to offer you, you know, some really sound advice.
Well, like I said, it's maybe about finding honest partners in a way, or working with them.
All right, card 3. Card 3 is about the opportunities or challenges you may face during this season. It's another upright card. It's the Four of Pentacles upright. So the opportunity or challenge, well, I could look at that as either, you know, in a way. I think the challenge is not, you know, challenge is not to hold on to anything too tightly. So I wonder here, if that's talking about this card, you know, maybe the idea is not to focus on one thing at this time still. Maybe the challenge is, you know, you're really holding on to something and not being willing to explore the other possibilities like you should. So that's the challenge. If you're holding on to a set fixed thing, you fixed signs, you may not be able to explore those possibilities.
Well, something senses to me like it's also about what you can invest in these situations, and that maybe when you realize what you're doing, you have to make more of an investment here, and that investment could be more time
or
spent
energy
there,
or money.
more money. It could be, you know, trying to network at a wider range, you know, trying to bring more people into the situation as well. So I kind of see, you know, that some of those previous factors being important. You know, you want to cultivate the sense of wonder or question, as well as maybe, you know, the honesty of the partners you want to work with.
I really do like that too, yeah. All right, let's move on and we'll recap. Card 4, how can you use
your superpowers? Fixed superpower. And I knew it was going to be reversed.
Well, but that's not a bad thing necessarily. It's the Five of Cups reversed. I think here that it's saying that you are ready by month's end, I think by the end of Scorpio season, to move on something here, to really make something happen or develop, you know, whether you have the backing of others or not, you know, and I think you will, and whether you're willing to invest or not, which I think you will be, you're going to move forward.
It has a feeling of finding its mark. It sort of feels like maybe, you know, and there's a bit of emotionality attached because of all the cups, and it may feel like, you know, somehow, you know, the person or the things that you need to work with were right there all along, but maybe they just didn't realize that they were going to be a part of this. And so it was like bringing them back into the fold in a way, to the return of people who are, more helpful to you. So this is really a part of that reaching out and networking process as well.
My goodness, let's talk about this. There are 3 cup cards here. So this could have to do with relationships, group projects, or goals. This could have to do with creative adventures too. You know, things that you really can put your passions in. You know, this is also about, you know, using your imagination. So let's go back and take a look at the 7 of Cups again. And really here, I think your focus is on, you know, imagining the possibilities, imagining and using, you know, the creative potential you have, and let it flow. Do some free-flowing thinking. Do some visioning. I almost think that really this is vision board material here.
I like that. I feel that the overall focus provides for the idea that you have unlimited potentials here, and that maybe it might be more of a problem to focus down. Maybe you just really want to, you know, sort of look at the array of things and realize that maybe more of them are achievable.
Talk to people with similar interests. You know, if you have hobbies or, you know, projects, artistic endeavors and things that you want to get off the ground, or even if it's something technical, you're building something, you know, the bottom line is talk to people who have your interests, similar interests. And I think that you're going to get some sound good advice. You might get more, you know, you might get more ideas, and you may decide that you want to work with somebody, you know, on this project or goal.
It's just going to be easy for you to embrace working with partners, and partners will feel the same as you. You know, there will be mentoring opportunities, etc.
Well, how much are you willing to put into it, you know? How much do you want to invest? You know, that is a card of investment in a way. It's a matter of looking at, you know, what you have and what you're willing to let go of or release in order to pull something off.
Right. As an opportunity, I think it's just really saying, too, that more people may feel drawn to share in a way or to build this together, so that maybe you'll find that the idea of other partners will really, you know, be part of that process too, of that challenge of creating investment.
So this is, I think, this card at the end is just saying, you know, this is the time to move on it. This period of time is very productive for you as far as your creative endeavors go, and as far as the things that you truly have been wanting to pursue. You know, even if it is a relationship, you know, when we talk about investing time and energy into something, you know, that could even be about that. There's so much cup energy here, but I really feel this is the time to get it off the ground, get it moving, and use your superpowers of steadfastness and just keep being resolutely move forward. There, I used 2 words from from the superpowers.
Well, I like that, and I feel like it just maybe is, you know, reaching out to somebody, the right person who figures they have a resonance to this too. Maybe you are that person. Maybe you're just sort of resonating yourself highly from something that maybe you were just not so sure of by the end of this process, and now it's come full circle.
So I don't know. I mean, this is an interesting reading to me. I could almost turn it around and do a romantic reading out of it. So, you know, look for opportunities even with romance. Maybe you're playing the field right now.
Wow.
And
Fixed signs.
Maybe you find somebody who is very, you know, you become emotionally attached and bonded to here. And, you know, is this the person you want to invest some time with? And ultimately, go for it.
Indeed.
That's what
so that's what we have for the fixed signs.
Just wanted to throw that out there, fixed signs, because that was an interesting read. And now it's on me to shuffle for our mutables. And we're not going to poke fun at the mutables like we did with the other 2, because we're not mutable.
No, we are not.
We are not.
We don't even have much going on with mutables, it seems.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Mutables are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. They tend to go with the flow. They're adaptable. They're flexible. They're versatile. They're highly resourceful. They can change when necessary. They're quite easy to change. They can change, assume various personas. That's interesting. Chameleons of the Zodiac. Well liked by others. They enjoy learning, playing fair, diplomacy, sharp. Who wrote this? This just goes on and on.
It's a lot because they
so
play fair, they're diplomatic, they're sharp, sympathetic, they can see below the surface, they're selfless, and they're quick to help others. And they have a few negatives, though.
Only a few, it seems.
Well, but they're big negatives. In some ways, they can try too hard to please others. And hey, you can't please everybody. Don't do that to yourself, mutables. You can be wishy-washy because of that. You can be inconsistent. You can be duplicitous, trying to bend one way and then the other way. You can stretch yourself to the breaking point.
So, card 1, what is the primary focus for the next 28, 29 days?
It's the Prince of Cups, the Knight of Cups, reversed.
Well, the primary focus would be possibly trying to repair some emotional situations, sort of feeling like maybe, there's either needs to be distance or there needs to be closure in some ways with situations.
Yeah, it's like your emotions may be all over the place. During Scorpio season, mutable, something may have set you off. There may be a rift in a relationship. There may be arguments, between friends and family. Something that is stretching your emotions, to the brink here. So
yeah, so it's likely you need to tread well and not try to, throw more salt in any wounds. Try to watch your mouth a little bit. You may be inclined to want to be verbose, but you should try hard to, not add more fire to the situation if that's what it is.
Yeah, because you don't want to say the wrong things that could, blow up something more permanently.
But so it does sound like this is interactions with people, so that leads us to the next card.
Which is about your interactions with people and the role that they will play in things. Well, that's positive, so that's interesting. It's the Ace of Pentacles upright.
So it may suggest possibly that this was about money, security, infrastructure, possibly health or other growth matters. But it seems like you're playing or trying to play the winning hand in trying to convince people to move ahead with whatever's going on here. This is a beginning of something, and you probably are best able to articulate or move some of these points forward.
I'm beginning to wonder here now if this is about, when I see this card, I'm beginning to wonder if the Knight of Cups is truly about your interactions with others, or if it's just the stress and emotional anxiety you're feeling about starting something new with others. So let's put it in that context, because I think here this could maybe be some stress and anxiety involved with a new relationship and where things are headed or going. This could have to do with a partnership with somebody in a business venture. Mm-hmm. This could have to do even with, your relations with people on a new job, something that you've started, and there's stress and anxiety associated with that. Your emotions, you've got to try to rein them in so you can think clearly your way through this.
All right. So what are the challenges then?
Well, whoa. Should I backtrack again? The opportunities or challenges are the Three of Swords upright.
So it may be that all of this stuff may fray some emotionality or friendships a little bit. Maybe some people may feel that what you're doing is not for them, or that maybe you feel you're drawing a line away from others too. And maybe some of this is clearly about emotionality,
Yeah, this is so rough. It is definitely about now sorrow or sad emotions about a separation of some sort. So, is it possible that whatever you want to pursue here is going to pull you away from, somebody important in your life, or it's going to strain family, relations with you and your family? Let's say you've got to take on another job, or you've got to work like for 50 hours a week or something to, get this off the ground. And it's, straining family relations, between
You know what?
What?
We're
What do you
moving
see?
towards Thanksgiving, and that's the traditional
Yeah.
holiday where everybody bickers with their relatives along political, religious, or other lines. So I'm wondering if this is, a prelude to some of that, because we're
Yeah, I don't
moving
know
into
when
that
Thanksgiving
season.
is falling this year, but is it still in Scorpio?
No, it's not. But
Yeah.
there's always a lead up to
Yeah.
the Thanksgiving celebration in terms of the stuff. And there's so much for people to be very opposed to other people or views.
Well, how can you use your modality superpowers to best advantage this month? It's strength reversed. This is really interesting.
You have to
Because,
stand up.
your modality superpowers is all about, agreeing with others, going with the flow, accepting things as they go. And strength is reversed here. Which is kind of indicating that maybe instead of trying too hard to please others, you need to stand up for yourself. You need to stand up for what it is you need. You may be lacking here in this relationship. What is making you feel, or in this situation, what is making you feel sad? What is making you feel distanced or separated? What is hurting you emotionally?
Well, when I look at that card there, I really wonder, because it almost feels like you are standing up for yourself, but you still feel you have to try and do it in a way that's true to your mutable nature. That is definitely
tough.
going to be a superpower resolution. You might be able to find more quiet ways to show that strength, that positive energy that you want to show in these situations, whatever it is, whether it is the Thanksgiving dinner or whether it's other situations going on over this next near month or so.
Well, what it might be is too that, you might have to be more aggressive in your approach to healing this rift, in letting people know that you are willing to change, you are willing to adapt to, the circumstances as needed. And that, is indeed one of your superpowers. But you have to be assertive about that. Maybe they don't realize that you are willing to, accept what they have to offer.
So the challenge to me almost looks like the fact that others are just maybe willing to make a break with you or break with your positions or situations. And that's where your superpower will be most challenged, by trying to keep people together if possible.
Oh my goodness, this was a challenging reading. I think the last two readings have been challenging readings in a way. Let's see if we can wrap it up and make sense of it, Mr.
Right.
O. What do you say about that first card?
Well, the first card was about, the primary focus, and this is the Knight of Cups reversed. The primary focus does seem to be that there are people or situations within your own emotional countenance that, feel frayed, or you feel distant, or you feel like you are moving away from people, or you don't want to be more accessible to people emotionally.
Could the primary focus also be that maybe you're dealing with people who are in kind of a precarious emotional state right now? Maybe this isn't you. So I would consider that as well, that,
Nice
other
point.
people might be the issue here. Because maybe they want to initiate or start something and they don't feel like, they're getting the support they want from you. And it could be vice versa. If we go with the first thing that Mr. O had said, you're feeling emotionally wrought because other people maybe, wanting to start something different.
But even if they are, though, you still may feel you have a role in trying to be helpful, instructive, moving the energy along. So maybe there still are other situations where this is showing why, you know, people don't want you. And of course, I keep thinking of the Thanksgiving dinner, you know, because the holidays moving around in so many tense situations in the world right now. There's a lot of people who are having a hard time with other people's opinions.
Well, you know, the challenge is going to be how not to let your disappointment or sorrow, or even other people who may be upset, like I said, it could be them, you know, get the better of you. You're going to be going through some emotional upheavals here, and, you know, possibly could lead to a separation. Maybe this is about trying to pull people together to really work on things together. It's sorrow and it's sadness, and you have to figure your way through it and manage it in order to achieve a goal.
And just because strength is reversed doesn't mean that you're still not trying to keep things as reasonable as possible. It just sort of means that, you know, your superpower is definitely, you know, going to be tested here.
It's going to be tested because really, I feel here you may have to assert yourself more than you are used to doing. But you can do that by just, you know, being adaptable, being flexible, but assert that. Let people know that's truly who you are, that that's what you want to do, that you are not fixed in your ways, that you are not trying to push an agenda forward, but you're trying to push the idea that you're willing to adapt and be flexible.
And you are immutable, so you can.
And that's it. That's your superpower. So, woo, good luck with that.
Yes.
We're done.
We're done, and I feel like I should take off this hat and put it on your head. Yay, look at the Banshee. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. Plus, my head was just starting to get too warm.
Do I look good in purple?
You do.
Aww. Thank you.
And now you need some red too, right? Red and purple? Isn't it that coat and hat thing?
Oh, maybe. I was thinking more Halloween-y colors, just orange and purple.
It's the old lady thing, the red and purple.
Oh, well, it's the red hat. Yes.
Okay, so we're inverting
we don't have to talk about
we're
old lady
inverting
stuff.
it.
Oh, shouldn't that?
I don't know which way it should go. I like the ribbon and back, actually.
I like it in front.
Tip your head so it can be shown. See? She's got a ribbon. Alrighty, everyone.
Tie a purple ribbon round the purple hat. Hey, before we get...
will be that.
And that will be that. Thanks for joining us. We will be back when the season switches to the Sagittarians. So, take care, everybody.
I don't know. Scorpio should just say no more signs, only Scorpio. No more sun moving. Let's stay in Scorpio. No.
Take care, everybody, and we'll see you when the sun leaves Scorpio. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.